right. So IWM is probably going to hold up overnight. It got back above 222, which is slightly bullish, and bounced off of the long-term trend, which is becoming more and more frequent. QQQ dropped 137 points today, even after the bounce back. RSP closed the day up 50 BPS, so still plenty of breadth propping all this up. That could get kind of dashed tomorrow with the FOMC meeting, depending on how. And this is really important tomorrow. Everything tomorrow rests on how well JPOW sells a rate cut in September, right? Microsoft, big oof. Nice. I guess they didn't make money on AI. Whoopsie. Oh yeah. Yeah, that is a big oof. That's a lot of market cap. Holy shit. They don't know how to harness the power of AI songs, right? My revenues definitely went up today. Anyway, yeah, so back to FOMC. So it's gonna be really important that he is able to say we're not cutting rates now, but we are going to probably maybe cut rates in September. It's looking better than it's not, right? And the reason for that is because the market is basically priced in that outcome, right? Like we've got this strong move into breadth, we've got tech selling off, we've got, yields, the yield curve almost uninverting. And if he's unable to sell that, a whole shitload of money is going to get lost. So we'll see how he does. We also have, that's not all. We have a bunch of other really important data tomorrow, some of which may get overshadowed by FOMC and then packed in to the pricing of the Fed decision. But we have the BOJ, we have Chinese PMI tonight, which is pretty important, especially for commodities, which have been plummeting. We have the BOJ interest rate decision, where they're expected to pare back their bond buying over the next 1 to 2 years, or cease their bond buying. We're not sure yet. But there's no small amount of people betting that they're going to raise rates as well. Yeah, U.S. oil stocks in 30 minutes. That's true. Yeah, it's just API. I mean, right? It's just crude oil for like last week, right? It's not that important. And then we have Japanese consumer confidence. Then in the morning, we're gonna have German import-export prices, I think. We have EU inflation, and then we're gonna get ADP, Chicago PMI, and the QRA, all by like 9:45 a.m. And then pending home sales at 10 a.m. So a shitload of data in the first part of the day, and then the FOMC decision at 2 o'clock. Well, tech dead. I know. Forward guidance might bounce it, might recover it a bit. What do their earnings look like? Q4 revenue 64.73 billion. So they beat on revenues. Oh shit, they missed on cloud revenue, and they beat on EPS by a penny. Not a big beat on EPS though, and not a huge beat on revenues either. Like 700 million. Missing on cloud revenue is rough. They shouldn't have given us all that free money, dork. Maybe these companies were a smidge overvalued. They were priced for perfection and astronomical rates of growth, so I'm not surprised, right? Anyway, obviously, ES tanking already overnight. NQ is going to be even worse. getting a nice pullback there on NQ, having almost given up all of its pump since the beginning of June. So that's nice to see. It's at a 12% correction now, almost. If this is your taste in music, it's abhorrent. You're abhorrent. And it's not my taste in music. They're randomly generated AI songs. Anyway, commodities actually ended up closing flat on the day. Dollar fell and back below 104.65. So it didn't manage to complete that breakout. Yields are continuing to fall. The 10-year is now 10-year is still below the 2-year. 2 years really not dropping much. Correlation broke down at the end of the day because of Microsoft, but they were trying to push it back the other way. And we did get that like kind of nice pump into close before the earnings. Forward yield on volatility literally 1 BIP under the Fed fund rate. Bond volatility moving up, and that'll be in line with core 3-month. Tail risk hedging increasing pretty dramatically now. This is the highest, or the lowest we've seen skew since end of October 2023. So that's getting kind of spicy. More put buyers, right? 66.99% of the S&P over its 20-day moving average. Correlation between cash VIX and VIX contract in front, picking up even more. 53.27%. So rising into the early part of the week, which is rare. Usually if we get a higher correlation, it's in the back half of the week. So that probably has some statistical significance that I don't know about. And Fed cuts are Fed fund futures are pricing in 0.68 rate cuts, so a little bit up from earlier today, but not too much. I'm surprised those went up at all, given that Jolts was hotter than expected. VIXbury tomorrow, yep. Yeah, weekly, but no, it doesn't matter much. Still not interested in any lithium mining companies. Not particularly, no. I'm wondering if this is the perfect time to average in. It's probably close to the lowest. Most lithium prices are unreasonably low. That's because we've found loads more lithium over the last year. I mean, that's the problem. I think the biggest problem with lithium is it's super ubiquitous, and the demand for it is not really where you think it would be. And that's not only that, it's kind of easy to extract, and setting up mining operations for lithium isn't very difficult. So it's quick to get out of the ground, demand for it's kind of low, and we've discovered a whole bunch more of it since we thought China had all the rare earth minerals. So not necessarily great. Fed funds futures pivoting from pricing in a soft landing to a recession. Well, it wouldn't make sense to price in a recession with hotter labor, right? I guess we'll see how NFP affects things and the Fed decision tomorrow, but I don't think so. Well, there's the new sodium battery tech that's maybe going to be deployed by a few companies over the next couple of years. No, not necessarily something better, but there's probably better battery tech than lithium. Ooh, a soy sauce battery. No, it's not glutamates. It's just sodium. I forget what it is. It's sodium and there's some other component. It's been all over the news recently. It's sodium ion. No. Or maybe it is just sodium ion. Yeah, just sodium batteries. That's an anode-free solid-state battery that uses sodium. Calls on salt? It's gonna be really hard to find plenty of that, right? No, sodium like the metal, not table salt. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope everyone has a good night, and I hope you all made ADX on the end of day options. See you in the morning. Later, guys.